I still want to pick up some rods and tiers over anything else, I think. Yeah, we're gonna go for the tier. We did get it, okay. I didn't see that he had a giant's belt attached to him. Small egg. I like the small eggs better because they give you a little bit better idea of what comp you're gonna go early. Some of the larger eggs, it's difficult to determine what you're going to do with it. We'd like to get some early gold. We're just going to try to get some dudes on the field. We're trying to get strongest board out ASAP. And if that means 2-star stinge, that's 2-star stinge. Learning how to just play strongest board is probably one of the best skills that you can get. Okay. I like that. Having Leona is going to be pretty huge. They're going to sell the Singed and pick the Syndra. We definitely need the Zyra eventually. But we want to get our Debonair out, our Debonair 3 out as soon as possible so that we can start looking for our VIP. We don't really have the best items. We have some options with these, but it's not going to be preferred. We are looking for the Gunblade and Blue buff. We'll see what we pick up from this last minion wave and our egg. We do want a Debonair emblem at some point. We don't really have any reason to go up here. I will sell this Zyra if we don't win this round, which we probably won't. Our Debonair emblem. We're just going to put that on popular right away. That's going to give us our higher chance of finding our VIP. I like it. But we have a half a Morello and half a blue buff. We don't want to go up in level here. We want to just get our gold economy as close to that 50 cap as quickly as possible. I don't think that was just strange timing with the Nocturne ult. And if we can swing it, we like to have redemption on the Leona. My preferred items on the Leona are the Bramble Vest, Redemption, and Gargoyle Stone Plate. I don't think we win this, so we're just going to sell the Zyra. We're almost always okay with a one champion loss because it's really not that much damage. There's our VIP. I think we're going to get a little bit more value out of having the VIP out right away. Just because he is going to stun two of 3 or 2 of 4 champions immediately. And it doesn't look like we're going to be that contested yet. Thieving Rascals is going to be potentially a problem. So we didn't get the economy augment for our first augment. I like to get those whenever possible. But having the Debonair specific augment is not terrible. Especially when we get the Gunblade, having the extra sustain from the damage reduction is going to be really nice. I don't necessarily want to be winning here, but it doesn't hurt at all. I think of all things, this is close to strongest board. We could be picking up some of these, like Ezreals and the like. We are going to miss quite a bit on carousel priority if we don't lose this next round. Our current lobby is not looking super strong up till now, but this Twitch reroll player is potentially dangerous. Yeah, of course, this is who we go up against, which is fine. We definitely need this other tier. So having the carousel priority is not going to hurt us that much. The Irresistible Charm early provides a ton of value. 15% base DR in the early game is just massive. And we actually are going to win it for no real reason at all, I think. Just base DR is wild. We can always prioritize some items for Leona because we are so high up on the carousel. Our carousel priority is the blue buff and then the Gunblade. Unfortunately, the tier was on the other side of us, so we are just going to get the warm-ups for our Leona for now. And keep on stacking our gold up. We have somebody going to 5. We have a couple people going to 5. Doesn't look like we're terribly contested on any of our units. One person does have a brand out, but they're not specifically looking for it. The trade sector for Twitch reroll is really nice for him. Probably should have swapped the Poppy for a Darius. There are quite a few Dariuses out. So we're probably going to look to favor Debonair a little bit more this game. Go to 5. At least. We would need another to go to 7. Another emblem with this particular composition. I think we're going to sit on the Debonair emblem. Having the 4 Debonair is not going to be that valuable. I would like to put it on somebody that deals additional damage. Probably the Zyra. It's difficult to put it on the Ahri, but with Irresistible Charm, that's going to provide a lot of value. Just giving her a little bit more wiggle room to ramp is really nice. And this Leona is tanking a lot of damage. We're gonna kill ourselves on the Dragon's Claw a little bit. He slammed all of his items right away, which is usually a good plan. And we should have no problem at all clearing Krug. Sometimes it's a little bit risky to clear Krugs at level 4. Especially if you don't have any 2-star champions. But our front line is beefy enough that we shouldn't have any problem at all. So in a perfect world, we save our Giant's belts for Morello's later down the line. But the value of having just the items on champions, items out is significantly higher. So maybe we pick up another Debonair here. We do. That's really, really, really nice. We did luck into that a little bit on the Krubs. I want to roll a little bit for our brand while we are level 4. We do get pretty lucky with our brand rolls early. That's not always going to happen. Sometimes you're going to flounder a little bit. This guy's playing Yordles and goes immediately to 6. So yeah, his economy for a comp like Yordles is really, really poor. He's going to win streak a little bit, so that's going to bounce him back. But I'm just not a huge fan of sacrificing your economy that badly for it. He also got, I mean, he hasn't used his tome yet. We did take a little bit, kind of a lot of damage from that guy. I should have picked up that Zyra. I think we are going to roll a little bit to look for our last brand. I don't like that we're not seeing it in this much gold. It's actually really, really bad. That puts us pretty far behind. We did get a lot of our other elements of the team. But going that far down to find the brand is really bad. Ideally, we would have gotten it while we were sitting at like 30 or 40 gold. But that's always a risk when you're rolling a little bit. We're not low enough HP that we really want to make sure that we stay relatively strong. All of these are decent, but I am going to go with the first aid kit. We really need this last brand to solidify our team comp. Here we are. Rolling down that far is pretty risky, but we get to go directly to 5 Debonair. We're not going to hold the Poppy for too terribly long. And not having the items for the brand is a little bit scary. We are going to prioritize the blue buff. The additional CC is going to be really nice. So you don't usually want to roll down like that. We were very, very close to the brand. And hopefully with the 3-star brand, we'll start win streaking a little bit and recover our gold pretty quickly. This guy didn't get super close to his Twitch. But yeah, the difference between 1 and 2 auto attacks for the brand is going to be kind of bad. Not having the blue buff. We are relatively early to the 5 Debonair though. I'm not sure what we're going to be doing with these yet. We'll have to see. There is a tier on Carousel, but we are second pick. There are no rods. I mean, there's, excuse me, there is a rod there. Yeah, we're gonna have to pick up the rod here. Not a huge deal. That's our gunblade. The core components are definitely the gunblade and the blue buff. At this stage, we can start looking for our Ari items after our blue buff, rather than putting the Morellas of Death Cap on the brand right away. So if you didn't know, you can equip a full item without overwriting your unfinished item on a champion. And if all else fails, we can do like Hand of Justice or Static Shiv on our brand. Certainly not ideal, but it won't be the end of the world. So now we're gonna look to get back to our interest cap and start leveling up ASAP. We've gotten all of the elements that we want at level 4 and 5, so we really need to prioritize developing the comp, which means looking for the Ari, looking for the Zyra, and then continuing to look for R7 Debonair. We are getting a ton of benefit from the Irresistible Charm. And I think we're going to trend towards the bodyguards with our Debonair emblems. So we're going to go a little bit over on the Syndicate, and we're going to go a little bit over what we would normally on the bodyguards. This guy is sitting on our Zyras, so we need to take that into account for positioning purposes a little bit. The Sniper RA could be potentially scary later. She really only needs the blue buff and Morellos, but she does get a lot of benefit from having the Gunblade as well. But we are Bing chillin'. We probably aren't going to lose to any of these comps that are out right now. We are pretty strong. This combination of DR and increased healing is really, really good. But I think we are going to want to start spreading out for some of these AoE focused comps like this. The Cork, I mean the Yordles obviously are primarily AoE. He did get the old school Corky items. Another rod. So yeah, now we just want to keep going up in level slowly. We could do the Titans on our Leona here. I think we are going to do that. We really, really need this other tier. Not entirely sure what this guy's doing with his quirky items. He may be looking to transition into something different. But he does have featherweight, so that does reduce his options a little bit. And he may have just thought that having items out of any sort would be better than none at all. What he'll probably end up doing is look to transition into full enchanters, given his current items. It does beat us, which I'm very surprised about. Okay, we want another bodyguard. Rolling a little bit there is not going to hurt us that much. But we do want to go up to 8 as soon as possible. A Scholar might be better for now. We're primarily seeing AP comps. Yeah, he did not position well for the Corky. You definitely want to look at the board state and see how many Blitzcranks are out. Because when you're working with a single carrier like that, it can be really dangerous to have him be caught by a blitz. Part of why even early game scouting is really, really, really important. He does have the mutant and hex tech emblems. We're just going to keep going up. We don't need anything at level 6 here. Could look for the Zyras, we could look for the Blitzcranks, but they're not primary or important elements in our team comp. The next primary and important element in our compositions is the Ari and the Braum. And those are level 8, highest chance to roll. We do get a good Zyra ult there. It's going to make a big difference in slowing the Twitch down a little bit. And he's going to get stuck on this Leona. We are suffering a little bit because of the Dragon's Claw. But he's very developed in the composition. The trade sector has given him a lot of value. Unfortunately, the tier being on the Galio means we're probably not going to get it. Galio's just super duper contested right now. We do get it. That's quite nice. And the Reforgers out of the eggs, which we got a small egg, so that means no Reforger. You only get the Reforgers if you have other items in the egg. But that means that you're more likely to get your best in slot items from game to game. We're going to pick up one Blitzcrank. So we'll be level 8 by the next carousel here. I think if we had something useful in our shop that would help develop our composition, we would probably go to level 7 here. But we really don't have anything useful. He didn't find the ashes, so he went directly for the Jin, which is a good call. Our Leon items really aren't the best. But we should, we are focusing on the Jin, so having him stay CC is going to be really helpful. Ooh. A little unfortunate. We aren't taking too much damage here. We are clearing out people pretty easily. All of these are relatively good. This is my least favorite. I really like Future Sight. But we are missing a bunch of items for champions. So I'm going to go with the component grab bag for this one. Not ideal. We are going to look for a couple things. We're going to roll a little bit at 7, not a lot, because we want to hit either another bodyguard or Ari. Normally I would drop the Morellos right away, but we are very close to chickens. So I would like to see what all we pick up. And I think we are going to do a Thieves' Gloves on Syndra. This Syndra is a little bit scary too. It's going to just provide a lot of CC. She doesn't have a ton of mana. He did focus full damage on her. But I do think it is going to clear us out. And he also got the Zeri. Syndra threw the Leona the wrong direction. Zeri in overtime is a little bit irritating. She has the chance of doing something like that. There's the Braum. I'm good with that. So prioritizing the Debonair on damage is preferred when you don't have something like Irresistible Charm. But in this case, I think we are going to end up selling the... We have a couple of options here with what we want to do with our Ahri. I think I'm going to make her a Debonair. Unfortunately, we don't have any AD to speak of. Like, we aren't using Draven in this composition. Ooh. The Edge of Night's quite bad for us. Or not the Edge of Night, excuse me. The Shroud of Stillness. Gladnar is very tanky. But I think we are going to slowly clear this out. Alright, does get to ramp up a little bit. We still need to be level 8. Have a better chance of completing our RA. I'm not exactly sure what I want to do with these items. I think what we're going to do is an RFC on the Syndra just so that she casts more frequently. Having the additional attack speed, not having to move is always a benefit for AP champions. There's our sniper Ahri friend. He did not position it particularly well. But the comp does gain quite a lot of power from having the Ahri. Obviously. So once you get your blue buff and Gunblade, or blue buff and some AP item, you want to start prioritizing your Ahri items. And like I said, we're going to be able to go to 8 after this carousel. Whether or not we roll down completely at level 8 is going to be a questionable subject. We don't have to. Some of these comps are pretty scary for getting there quickly. We want to go to 7 Debonair here, I think. But it's going to reduce the chances of finding our Ahri. Having the Vi in the backline's a little bit bad for us. I think, yeah, the Brand is going to kill himself. And this, I don't think the solution is going to kill himself in time. We did kill him, and this is part of the problem with Silco, is in a composition that's a little bit slower, you'll find that they kill themselves pretty frequently, especially frontline champions. Having this Debonair spat will help a little bit. We're not going to get it. I'm not a huge fan of any of these items. I think I'm going to go for the Zeeks. And we'll put it in our back line here on our brand. We don't have a whole lot to put in particular. We can get the Scholar buff here. It's not going to give us that much value. It may make Ari last a little bit longer in situations like our last fight where only the Ari survived. But we'll go to Dragon here and consider whether or not we want to go to 9. He didn't get exactly ideal items on the Twitch, but it's not a huge deal for him. I think he is going to beat us just. Yeah. We really need the 2-star Ari here, ASAP. So we are going to roll a little bit. That's a lot of Leonas. We're not so much concerned with the Darius or the Syndra at this stage. Zeri is an interesting prospect and quite nice. We're going to drop the Scholar bonus for that. And if we pick up other Syndras, we may drop our Syndra and put the RFC on our Zeri. Just the 2-star Zeri at a baseline, even with not great items on her, is just going to be really strong. He got a lot of value out of the high 5. But we are going to top 4 off of it. Remember, with a reroll comp like this, it's really important to remember that top 4 is what you're looking for. Going first or 8th every game is not going to help you climb. You really want to have consistent, regular top 4s. And reroll comps are pretty decent at ensuring that. I think this is probably the second best reroll comp right now, with the Chemtech Challengers being the best. I think we are going to have to roll down for the Ari here, because we are suffering quite a bit without it. And I just passed it like a complete and total idiot. We are going to swap over these Syndra items. We did get hit by the Shroud of Stillness. That's mostly bad for the Ari. It's not such a big deal for the brand because it's still just the 2 auto attacks before he starts. He clears that and goes back to casting at every auto. Gonna slow our stuns a little bit, but it's not a huge deal. So we do knock out the Yordle player. If the Yordle player gets more of his enchanters, it can be a little bit bad for this composition. We passed the 1 Ari and Mort Dog is punishing us for it really badly. There's our 3-star Leona. It'll give us a little bit extra chunk, but I don't know if it's going to be enough against this Zeri. I don't think so. This Zeri is very, very strong right now. And even with the reduced damage, him just going crazy with all that crit damage is just... We got a couple of really good stuns there. Otherwise, I don't... There's basically no way that we win that. There's an Ahri. So we aren't benefiting from the Scholar. We usually would want to do that. But in this instance, I think having the extra bodyguards is more value for us. We are going against the Twitch player. I want the Zeri the opposite of the Twitch. He moved his Twitch. So the Twitch is now on the side of both the Ahri and the Zeri. He does get targeted by the Ahri, but that also means that the Ahri is not targeting the rest of his team. Well, we're rocking and rolling here. We didn't get the 7 Debonair, but it doesn't look like it's going to be the biggest deal. I think we want an IE for our Zeri. And there is our Ahri. Ideally, you want something like Ginsu, Static Shiv, and some other additional attack speed item on your Zeri. But you can get away with a lot for her. I am going to try to hook this Zeri right away. He does have her in a corner, which is not ideal. And he has nothing stopping that. So that's going to have our Zeri focus it. It's going to have our brand focus it. You really, really need to pay attention, and especially in the later stages, where you're positioning your champions. Position first, roll second. Got the 2-star Galio. This is a close one. So whether or not we win is going to come down a little bit to luck. And good positioning. We do need to spread our champions out a little bit better, because the Talon is currently prioritizing our brand. So we got him on the side of the Syndra. We are going to eat a huge Galio ult. And I think his Zeri is going to clear us out. But we're playing a reroll comp. He was playing a more developed level 9 comp. We could pick up something like the Galio to make that better, but or go to 9 and pick up our last Debonair. But I think we did pretty good with this. Remember, as with all other reroll comps, the goal is consistent top 4s. That's why I showed you guys the second place. If we had developed the comp a little bit faster or done a few different things, we probably could have gotten a first off of that. But just having a good series of comps that will get you consistent top 4s is going to help you climb so much faster and so much easier. If this helped you get a good idea of how to play the brand reroll, please go down and hit the button that says you liked the video and subscribe to become a Spicy Fellow. Check me out on Twitch at GorgonTFT and stay spicy.